Hello, welcome to Sudara Residence in Phuket. Come on in. Hi, I'm Jason Thielen. I am the Senior Director of Sales and Marketing here at Sudara, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to share our project with you. So come on over here, let me show you a little bit about what we're doing. So first and foremost, I'd like to kind of set the stage and space here. We are actually standing right here. This is our sales gallery. So all of our phase one is off here to the right-hand side, right? So outside the building here. We are 500 meters from Bangtao Beach, which is this way. And just to kind of further get you set in space, sunset is over here, sunrise is over here. And the whole project has been kind of aligned to take advantage of that. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. So first and foremost, there's a number of things that set Sudara Residences apart from other condominium projects here in Phuket. Like, let's really focus on that. Like anywhere else in the world, probably the most important consideration that you want to take, whether you're looking to buy for yourself to occupy or you're looking for income, is the developer that you choose to partner with. And in this case, this is truly our biggest differentiation point and our strongest point. So we actually have a development history that goes back over 40 years. And let me explain a little bit. So our founder, Dr. Alan Zeman, started the Lan Kwai Fong Group in Hong Kong 40 years ago. And he built from the ground up 3 skyscrapers that are filled with luxury restaurants, entertainment, and nightclubs. And it's basically been the place to see and be seen in Hong Kong for all that time. He built his reputation on creating masterful experiences with great design and incredible customer service. And that's really the foundation of everything we're doing here at Sudara. Let's cut to 20 years ago. He and his wife came to Phuket for the first time and they fell in love with it. They decided to build their own home here, and they decided to build the Andara Resort, which has been for the last 20 years the benchmark of 5-star luxury properties here in Phuket. And so over this last 20 years, we've been building this reputation with Andara. And as I said, today, it is still the most popular resort on the island in the 5-star zone. We are actually here in the end of August, which is very low season here in Phuket. And the Andara Resort is still full, fully occupied, and has been for the last 8 or 9 months. And that is something that is truly unique here in Phuket. So when you're looking at who you're partnering with, you want to understand what have they built in the past and what are they doing now? And more importantly, what are they doing in the future? So we are also unique here in Phuket in that we as the developer are also going to be managing this project ourselves. So we have a vested interest in making sure our owners and their guests have the best possible experience, get the best possible return on their investment, whether it's in terms of equity or in rental income. So that's something we're partnered with you all the way. The good news is that the Andara Resort team will be managing all operations here for our project and our rental management program. So you have a team here in this marketplace that's been doing very high level successful work for 20 years as your investment partner. And that's something that's very unique. Most developers here in Phuket, and probably a lot of other places around the world, do the same thing. The developer builds it, they sell it, and then they turn it over to a third-party management company to take care of it. That developer moves on to the next project and the next, and the owner is left to deal with whoever is in charge of that contract for the next couple of years. That person is really important. Because 1, you want to build quality, something that's going to last for a long time, but 2, you want to make sure it's managed and well maintained so it continues to look good over time. And that's the real winning advantage that we have here at Sudara. We welcome our guests to go up to Andara and experience for themselves what we built 20 years ago and see how great it is and experience the service for themselves. That's what we'll be doing here. So that's the number 1 advantage. The number 2 advantage is our location, right? So we happen to be in the sweet spot. We're right in the heart of Bangtao. We're 500 meters from the most popular beach in Phuket. where there's Maya Beach Club, Nomad Beach Club, any number of small mom and pop restaurants and massage places, as well as international restaurants and nightclubs. So that's 500 meters away here. Another 700 meters away this direction are the upscale shopping districts of Porto Phuket and Boat Avenue. So this is right in the sweet spot of everything good that is happening in Bangtao. This area is where all of the upscale development is happening and where all the five-star international restaurants are coming. So it is a perfect situation. And we've been waiting a long time to develop this land and waiting for the right project to bring to the marketplace. And with that, we have Sudara. So the other big difference between us and other developers here locally is we have what we like to think of as a small boutique property here. There's only 220 units on a very large piece of land. Most other developers in Phuket are following exactly the same model. They're putting a large number of very small units on a small piece of land. So let's compare this. Here where we have 220 units, our neighboring property on the same size piece of land has 800 units. Their total project is 1,500. So very different experience. This is about creating a home-like, comfortable, upscale environment for our owners and for our guests. So here we have the 220 units. There's 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. We also offer private pool units and pool access units. So there's really something for everybody. And our team here at Sudara takes it as a personal challenge to really work with our buyers to understand what their goal is. Are they planning to be a resident with us? Like myself, I bought my own unit here. Or are they planning to be here part of the time and look to maximize income the rest of the time that they're not utilizing it? Or is it pure investment? We guide them into selecting the best units that we've seen based on data in the marketplace will guarantee the highest rate of return or the greatest amount of life satisfaction for them. So as we go around the property here, we can see a few things. One thing you don't see a lot of are cars. So this is another big difference. Here in Phuket, the law says that a condominium has to have 30% parking for 100% occupancy. And normally, that's just a parking lot off to the side that's taking up space where people could normally live and enjoy. And instead, you're looking at a block of cars. Alan Zeman said that is not good enough for his project, and we've decided to put all of our parking underground. And this serves a number of purposes, right? One, we maximize the living space above ground. So for us, we have 220 units, and we have 211 parking spaces underground. This allows more space for people to live and enjoy, fewer units, bigger unit sizes. That's our key difference. The other thing here is that most developers in Phuket now that are building, they're doing 29 square meter 1 bedrooms and 45 to 60 square meter 2 bedrooms. So that's what's being built all around us. We are the only alternative here close to the beach that has this low of a density, this few numbers of units, and our unit sizes are considerably larger. So our 1 bedroom starts at 52 square meters, and our 2 bedrooms go from 80 square meters to 124 square meters. We believe this is going to give our owners and our investors a competitive advantage in the marketplace. In several years, there'll be thousands and thousands of very small pseudo hotel rooms available for rental or occupancy. We will be the only alternative this close to the beach here in Phuket with large human-sized rooms and plenty of space to relax and enjoy this beautiful Phuket island lifestyle that we're all about here. So that sounds kind of boring. Like, why is parking important? Well, a couple of things. One, you're going to get that lifestyle advantage of not having to stare at cars. But two, it's going to keep noise in the project down. All of the auto traffic will be underground. So you don't have people buzzing around the outside of your unit, and you don't also have the risk associated with crossing around cars, driving here and there throughout the project. So those people with families will feel more safe and secure. But I think this one thing really shows the commitment that Alan Zeman has to quality. The reason no other developer does this in Phuket is because it's really, really expensive. It's a huge chunk of the construction budget, and you don't have to do it. You can easily get away with just crowding in your buildings a little bit more. However, I think this really shows the commitment to owner value over time. We want our owners to feel like they get more for their money than any other project, and I truly believe they do with this project. So let's talk a little bit about what we've got here. So we've got the 50-meter swimming pool that's the centerpiece of our phase one. That is saltwater, so it's high quality. The whole project is really built around wellness and that island lifestyle. So we want to keep that in mind too. We have the pavilion here, which is kind of the social center of the project, right? This is going to be where a lot of the lifestyle is actually happening. So we have the Silk Restaurant, Grab and Go Cafe, which is the same brand from the Andara Resort. We also have our world-class fitness center. We have yoga terrace, co-working space, and most of all, it's beautifully designed. In fact, the inspiration for the pavilion, as we'll see in some images here in a moment, were the Spanish stairs in Rome, right? So one of the other advantages of working with a developer that's been doing this so long is that we have our own architects in-house and designers in-house. And so this look and feel for our project is consistent across all of our properties, whether that's Andara Resort, or it is Lan Kwai Fon. So this is one of the things, the hallmarks of that quality and design and style will be here, and that is something that's really unique as well. We've actually won awards both here in Phuket and in Hong Kong for the design of this project, and we were voted best luxury condominium project in Phuket, and I'm very proud of that. You know, we had 30 judges actually come into the gallery here and have this experience. And after doing the same with every other developer on the island, they chose us as the best luxury project. And I think that says a lot. Those judges are all notable people in the Thai real estate space. And it makes me feel really proud to know that people who understand this marketplace see the difference in what we're doing. And we want you as the buyer to experience that every day. So there's a lot of things that we do differently here. We're very big on transparency and openness. We want to help our buyers make the buying process truly pleasurable. We have a very highly trained and professional sales staff here that helps you through what can be a very challenging process for some buyers, possibly buying their first property in Thailand. We do our best to make it extremely transparent, clean, quick, and pleasurable. That relationship goes on into your occupancy or your future as an investor with us. We're here to be your partner all the way. So a couple of things to share with you as well. Sustainability is really important. It's a top of mind for most people these days. And so while we're not necessarily a green project, we are very conscious of how we impact the environment. But like everything in Sudara, this is brought through the lens of what value does this bring to our owners, right? So for example, we have the solar collectors here on the roof of each building. These will be powering all of the common area electricity. That's great. It's good for the environment. The sun power is free here. We get a lot of sun in Phuket. But more importantly, what this means is we keep management costs lower for our owners because we don't have to charge them for that common area electricity. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but this all adds up, right? We have this beautiful tropical landscaping. There's a real effort here to ensure that our owners and their guests feel like they're in Phuket. And they have a beautiful tropical design throughout the project, but most specifically with the landscaping. We are actually doing 100% rainwater reclamation for all of the landscape watering. Now again, great for the environment, but it also provides value to our owners because they do not have to pay us to water the plants for them. We're taking care of that from nature. So we also have EV charging stations at each building. So there's a total of 15 chargers on property, which is powered by free solar. So it's another way we're incorporating that sustainability into the project. Let me go ahead and show you some renderings of the project to help you get a better feel for what we're building here. So what Sudara is all about is lifestyle. Close to the beach, but elegant. You know, we talk about beachside elegance is what we do. There are projects here in Phuket where they'll do fashion shows by the pool and DJ parties, etc. That's not what we do. We're here for quiet, comfortable elegance and being connected to wellness and nature, right? This is all about our founder, Dr. Alan Zeman, who I shared with you before. Management by Andara, and again, this is a very critical point. Who you choose to be your partner, whether you live here or as an owner and investor, is incredibly important. You have to know that your investment is being managed well, and we have 20 years of proof just up the road of how we do business. A couple of other things, like our owners don't just have Sudara. They actually get access to what we like to call a millionaire's lifestyle without a millionaire's price tag, right? Our owners get VIP membership at Andara Resort with savings for hotel stays, the restaurant, and the spa. So this is an extension of the world they'll have here, right? We'll have shuttle service going every 20 minutes from our project to the beach, every 20 minutes from our project to the shopping districts of Boat Avenue and Porto Phuket, and we'll also have shuttle service available to the Andara Resort. And for those owners that spend time in Hong Kong, all of our owners receive diamond level membership at Lan Kwai Fon as well. So that entitles them to special VIP services and discounts. So again, you get this whole world of benefit in this one project. Our location is right in the middle of where all the luxury development is happening, where everything is happening. This is the center of investment. This is the center of where people want to stay. When you come here, whether it's high season and low season, units are booked and full in this area pretty much constantly. And we're 35 minutes from the airport and 15 minutes back to the Andara Resort. One of the things that separates us, again, is services. All of our owners and all of their guests will be entitled to full concierge service, right? So this is a level of service where if you want to pick up the phone and book a yacht trip to the Similan Islands, or you want to pick up the phone and book a private chef to come make dinner in your unit for you and your family, they're there at the touch of a button. This is true five-star service here in this project. And as well, we have the shuttle buses, wellness treatments, personal training, everything available for you here at this project. So behind me, you have a view of the pavilion here. Again, as I said, it's kind of the center. We have the restaurant here and we have the fitness center here. This lounging area here was inspired again by the Spanish Steps in Rome, and it's designed to be a place where people can sit and relax and enjoy the sunset views that will be directly in front of them. We also have the two rooftop gardens that are available, and those both face west for the famous pink Phuket sunsets as well. So a lot of thoughtfulness, not just to how this project was built, but how it's oriented and how the lifestyle will be when you're living here with us. Here's the inside of the restaurant. So we'll be able to get healthy grab-and-go meals. We'll be able to get coffee, drinks, beer, wine, liquor, cocktails, etc. One of the things that's really big here in Phuket and everywhere in the world is wellness, right? Everybody wants to stay healthy. Everybody wants to be part of an active lifestyle. Our fitness center is front and center in the pavilion for a reason. We are all very dedicated to this, and we want to attract people to our project who are dedicated to this. So we have a very spacious gym with free weights, squat racks, Nautilus style machines, a variety of cardio equipment, and it's all top of the line Life Fitness brand. So this is a real space for fitness and lifestyle. Whereas many other condo projects around the world, it's kind of an add-on. Right? It's something that they put a couple machines in the corner. We're doing something very different. We talked a little bit about sustainability, but there's a few other points I want to hit on that are kind of important here. Earlier I told you about how we're oriented east to west. That's partially because the sun tracks here, but it's also because prevailing winds half the year come from the west, the other half of the year they come from the east. So we want to be able to take care of that passive cooling and air running through the project to keep it more comfortable and ultimately to keep the cost of cooling inside your unit lower. And a couple of things that go to that and are really important to consider is that the passive cooling is at play even within the building structure itself. So each of our units is essentially a discrete concrete box, and it's separated from neighbors on all sides by 20 centimeter gap of air, Now this air space is designed to let air flow through. But again, the deeper layer of owner value there comes from the fact that you are not sharing a common wall with your neighbors. Many projects here in Phuket, you can hear a neighbor talking 3 doors down. That is not the case here. This building design will allow your unit to be more energy efficient, stay cooler with less money, but it'll also be very quiet. If your neighbor's pounding in a nail to hang up a picture next door, you're not gonna hear it. So that's another very important thing, and it's layers of value, right? How is the experience gonna be here living in this unit is always thought about. We also have equipped each and every unit with 17mm thick, highly energy efficient glass. This is great. Keeps the heat radiation out and it keeps the cool air in, but it also keeps it incredibly quiet. As you'll see when we go into the model unit, the unit is right next to construction and you can't hear a thing. This is not the case in other projects. So we're thinking about things differently and executing things differently than other projects. So you can see here, this is the rendering of the internal space where the elevators will be inside one of our buildings. What I want to point out here is the sense of space and also the color, the palette, and the tone. We want our owners to feel like they are in Phuket, like they're in Thailand, right? So many projects around us now, you walk in, you think you could be in Miami or Monaco or wherever, but we want people to understand we're here in Thailand. So we've created a design aesthetic that captures the best of Thai design and still has a modern, bright, light feeling to it with lots of space. Here's an example of one of our private pool units. We actually have quite a bit of outside garden space. And as you can see, it's designed to be a comfortable zone of privacy for you and your family or their guests, right? So we've got a 2-meter high living wall that creates more privacy and it keeps sound down as well. Here's an example of one of our pool access units here. As you can see, this is still the big outdoor space, yet this is for that person that wants to be more in the mix and see the activity. So the living wall is a little bit shorter, but you have direct access out to the swimming pool, the fitness center, the pavilion, etc. So creating a true indoor-outdoor lifestyle. But again, all of this at a price that is very competitive compared to a villa here in Phuket, yet you also get all of the resort amenities, which you won't have, and the management here that you won't have in a villa on your own. We'll show you the inside, but I'll leave you on this final shot of our 2-bedroom private pool unit. What I want you to see here is that this has been designed to be a space that feels like a home, that's comfortable. We're not offering glorified hotel rooms here. These are real homes. And this shows it very clearly. Comfortable, private, and human scale, that's what we're all about here at Sudara. So let's go look at the model unit.